So communication and knowledge are the most important, and listing agents, if they take a listing and they understand that it's an assumable mortgage option, that listing agent should really understand the ins and outs of how the process works so they can, number one, educate the seller, and number two, educate the buyer's agent and the buyer, because the next step is we want to make sure before a listing agent is just offering a property saying, hey, we've got an assumable mortgage to drive traffic in, they want to understand, is it truly assumable? What are the terms and how long does it take to get a buyer approved essentially with that current lien holder? So those are the things that should be taken care of on the front end by the seller and by their agent, so that when a buyer comes on board, they can say, look, buyer, if you're interested in this, here's the steps you're going to have to follow in order to make sure you can take over this mortgage. And what are you going to do to cover the difference? Because you don't want to be accepting offers if this process is going to take 30 to maybe 90 days. You don't want to accept an offer and then lose 30 days right out the gate because the buyer couldn't come up with the additional funds. So it's all about communication and making sure that everybody on the front end understands how the process works.
Makes sense. Are there any potential legal or financial implications that could be attached to it?
One of the important things that the buyer and the seller want to make sure is that when that mortgage is assumed, let's say everything goes through, is that current mortgage holder, that seller, are they released from that lien, or do they still have responsibility even though somebody's taking over that mortgage?